It's coming face to face.
So this is a red flag that you are saying that we should be aware.
Should be very aware. Yes, as much as
and do research of the company before you go to the interview.
Me, the first thing I do, if I receive such an email, you see, LinkedIn is it's a safe space. Yes, there are scammers in between, but you can recognize from LinkedIn if a company is legit or not.
How?
What up? Welcome to Coding Life as podcast. Of course, with the mics where we discuss things to do with tech, new technologies, the way of doing things in tech, and we try to advise you on what you need to do for you to set yourself up for maybe to get a tech job or to just get that little experience to kickstart your career. Welcome to today's segment, and if you've not seen the other videos, you can just go to our YouTube channel, which is Coding Lifers, and our Spotify account, which is Coding Lifers. Also, you can visit our Insta and Facebook, which is also at Coding Lifers. So, and if you've not subscribed yet, kindly subscribe, like our videos, and turn that notification bell for you to be receiving this content whenever we do our new release. So welcome. So today we are going to have a specific it's a weird discussion per se, but it's an interesting one because every engineer comes across a recruiter at some point, be it online, be it physical. So today we are going to dig deep into each and both of us, what we've experienced with online recruiters, be it on LinkedIn, be it on Twitter, be it on Facebook, and others which are referrals. So we're going to dig deep into those experiences, and I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you get one or two items from us. So Mike, what has the journey been since you became an engineer? I know you've been approached by quite a few. And you've been to quite some few interviews, per se, mostly online, maybe physical. What has the journey been for you up to this point?
So far, Mike, the journey has been tremendous. Because I've been learning from one interview to the other. I've been learning. And that's the joy of going to interviews. So. And I had this mindset of saying, I won't go for this interview because it is hard. But I came to realize it's the experience that comes out of it that really encouraged someone to continue with the interviews and to take interviews more serious.
So from my point of view, I feel like someone told me once, and at first I took it as a joke. I didn't kind of take it seriously. So someone told me that for them personally, they usually even apply for interviews. They don't need a job at that specific time in their life. They're already employed. But just to familiarize themselves with the way things are changing in terms of interview. See, as you've said, every interview comes with its own builds and challenges. And regularly, I remember my first online interview. I think it was on Laravel, I think. So I'm a PHP developer, but I had not ventured into Laravel. So it was an online one that I think it was for UK, I think. I failed, but let me just make it clear. I didn't go through. But the interactions I had with the guy who was interviewing me, because it was more of, it was not at first Of course, I received the questions and the normal hearsay questions that you get, which are one-on-ones. What do you see those? Where do you see yourself? Such kind of questions.
From now.
Yeah. But then I got it was like I didn't know it was a senior position.
Okay.
But at the time I had not perfected my skills in PHP like right now. So but I decided anyway, let me do it. So I just picked up my laptop, went and just sat, just went online because it was just an online. Then I received the test. It was like a telecom company. So I was to top up airtime. You see the way telecom companies were. So I was to create a code that was going to top up. I had been given SIMs. I had a database that already had SIM cards, SIM, all that. So I was just to top up the airtime. So it was weird because I had not touched Laravel before. I was more familiar with V2, which I've done for the longest time. As maybe I've told you about it. But I decided to do it anyway. So as much as it didn't go well, I kind of liked Laravel more. Not even more than more than E2.
Did you like it during the interview process, or did you come across it before?
See me, I'm this kind of person. At first, it was a challenge, writing an endpoint writing that endpoint that is supposed to fetch the SIMs, then creating one to top up the SIMs. You see, it was kind of challenging at first, because you see, you have to understand first the structure of the framework. You see, and at first I had, as much as it's not hard, because it's pretty much the same, because Laravel is not that different from these JS frameworks or even E2 itself, because it's to some point it's better than E2, but it's not that. E2 is it has its perks also, because it's one hell of a framework, because it's very scalable compared. It's scalable.
Laravel is the one that people know.
Yeah, they do, but you see, yes, that's true. I don't refute that.
Because my first introduction to MVC frameworks was Laravel.
Yeah, but you should touch it too and feel it. I think you have, because you have, because it's very interesting and it's easy to learn. Yeah. So it was a bit challenging at first, but I hacked that specific process. But you see, when you're learning to code, you really don't mind the quality of code that you are writing. So usually write code that works. You get. Yeah. So I was in that learning process of Laravel. So I just got the job done, but apparently I didn't meet the standards and the quality of code that should be written by a senior engineer, which is okay. At the time, because it was confusing at first because I was not that familiar with it. But I learned a lot from that interview, and from that point, I've given Laravel more time. I usually from, I think it was like a year or something, 2 years ago, I think. It was like 2 years ago. So I decided that I'm going to learn Laravel because it has opportunities also. It has so many. I've noted it. So if there's someone who wants to pursue something to do with PHP, and
they just started with PHP.
Yeah, you just started and you are there doing vanilla PHP. Just venture into Laravel and see. You can also go through E2, which is easy to learn. Mostly the E2, you see, E2 has two phases, sections to it. It has the advanced and the basic. You see, the advanced is easy to learn and it's easy to set up and all that. Basic is it's easy per se, but it's not. It's a bit complicated.
So it becomes complicated when you start the controllers and the models.
So then I've had quite some. Then I got another interview where I got, you see, these tests that we do online. So I got another one. It was Russian. It was an interview. I think it was Russian, and I think it was, can I remember? It was on. I think it was on Java. I guess. I think it was on Java. But also same thing. I think I'm unlucky to some extent. Usually get things that I've not like invested time to learn. You see, like me, I've done Node and I've done Angular and I've done PHP, like the E2 part of it and the basic JavaScript. But I normally get interviews that are out of scope. I don't know how. And my LinkedIn profile doesn't say anywhere that I do Java. It doesn't say that. Me, I've just indicated clearly I do Angular, I do Node.js, I do React. I have a bit of, I've touched React here and there, and I can confidently work on it. Not like Java, because I'm not familiar with it that much. Yeah, but you see, every day is a challenge. Everything is a challenge. But now I know that I have a gap in my profession, in my skill set. At some point in time, I'll learn Java. Not right now, because you see, we said on our last podcast that you shouldn't pick up anything. You just don't wake up and just decide, okay, now I'm doing Java because it's on the market. No, just perfect what you have. If you're good at Angular, just make sure you're good at it. And then you pick up other things. And that's, you see, you even don't notice. Because you usually find yourself coding in 5 different languages without even knowing. So these interviews really grow someone. And some of them, there are others that are not, they are nice ones that you get, you normally get that.
Before we get there, Mike,
face to face.
How do you categorize your interviews that comes to you? Like when you say, I want to do this because I'm comfortable doing it, or I want to, even before doing the interview, I want to send my application, and do this kind of interview.
You see me, I'm like this. If an interview comes my way, me, I'll just do it.
The one you sent your CV.
Even the one I have not sent. You see, there are those ones that someone just, a recruiter just comes to you and tells you, we've just gone through your profile and Mike, I think you have the skill set that we need in our organization. You see that? As much as I'm working somewhere else, I need to grow per se. So me, usually I want to see what is happening. You never know. I want to see, and I want to familiarize myself with the way things work in these interviews. Because if you don't do it, and the time comes, things happen. You might be out of your job. You see, you'll be green. You won't have the knowledge and the know-how or how you're going to approach a specific interview. You get. So it's always good if you get the chance. It doesn't matter if it's out of scope. Just do it. Go to that interview. Also, familiarize yourself a little bit with that specific framework, because you'll get questioned, and it's not even fair to the interviewer if they've come to you and you're not even familiar with it. Just familiarize yourself a little bit, learn 1 or 2 things. They might be looking for you. You never know. Maybe they want someone who is eager to learn. Because this interview, they don't mean that every time they need a senior guy. No. Some of them, just do it because you never know. If you're not working, they might be looking for someone who they want to maybe nurture. So if you get a chance, just do it. For me, the motto is, if it comes, I have to be in that interview.
So you mean this thing is happening globally as we talk? Like there are those guys who are already employed and they are doing interview. Even though they know they are employed.
I feel like it's everyone. No, you see, people hide. Let's just make it clear. You see, people hide. People don't like. You see, that's why I say this is a bitter pill to swallow. Not most people, because maybe you don't want your employer to have the knowledge that I've been taking interviews. No, most of the time, engineers don't take interviews because they want to quit. No, not really. Because you see, engineering has 3 sections of it. It has the coding part, you have the connecting part, and you have the interview part, which you need to be perfect for you to survive in this industry. So each and every engineer, I know, hands on, there is no one who has never received these online recruitment tests and attempted to work on them. I know, that's for sure. So what do you think? Me, I'm sure, because the people I've interacted with, most of them do these things because you have to be good. You see, if your interest in something is strong, you have to know the ins and outs of it. You don't have to be naive because you just want to, because I'm a coder, I'm just going to code. Where will you get a job to code? You see, you have to have them.
What about those guys that are already employed and they are satisfied with the job? And they are like, I don't want to do any other job, or I don't want to be interviewed, be in an interview session because I already have a job and I'm satisfied.
Who are those people? I wish to see those people too, because you see, how comfortable can you get in engineering to a point that you don't want to learn anything or you don't want to prepare yourself? Because see, if you're employed, that doesn't mean you have 100% guarantee that you're going to stay in that job forever. No, as long as the company is not yours, you're employed. The fact that you are under contract and you've been employed, trust me, at some point in your career, or no, it doesn't have to be that you want to be fired. No, it may come to a point that you want to progress your career, and for you to join a specific organization, for you to work for them, interview is mandatory. You see, that has to happen at some point. So I don't see anyone who is naive enough to say that Mimi, I'm comfortable here. My mind is here. I don't want to have any interview here anywhere. I don't want even to familiarize myself. You see, these interviews, like if you do these interviews, like for example, like Google, if you get a chance to interview for Google, you see those DSA questions that you get. You see the technicalities behind the interview. You see, because it's an interview that runs for even for weeks.
4 weeks.
It doesn't run at 2 days at
you're done.
No, it runs for weeks. You have to go. There are phases to it. Let me tell you, even if you fail, it comes when you fail that specific interview. Trust me, you've gained a lot, and you've built yourself in a way that you yourself don't understand at that point,
and you won't realize it happening.
But if you join a mob of developers who've not tried the same thing you have, trust me, you'll know the difference.
And
you'll be like, yes. And the next time if you attempt it, you'll be prepared of what they're going to ask. And trust me, the possibility of you and another person, you getting the job and you getting recruited for maybe Google, for you will be higher because you have the knowledge of what the requirements are, and you know the section that you need to prepare. You see? So just do the interviews. I would encourage, just do it. Go to that interview, just test your skill set. Even if you don't need the job, test your skill set and see. It might come a point that you really need that specific job.
I would love to hear your opinion. I have this question for you. Do you believe that there is still poaching that goes around, and how do you approach a person being a company poaching you for a role?
That happens. That for sure happens. Because if you're good at what you do, and people notice that you're very good at what you do, the possibility of you being poached is very high, and it happens in Kenya. You see, even the issue with Google and Safaricom. You saw that conversation that Google, the way it was actually Microsoft, the way these Western companies are coming to our country, and they're paying very high, and they're pushing senior developers in these big organizations in our country, which is okay. If you're good at something, why not learn? You see, yes, it's good to learn these things, and working like for a place like Google, what that can do to your career.
And also, it's a dream for many guys.
Everyone, yes, for many people.
Everyone,
yes.
Everyone wants to work at Google, Microsoft.
You see, this is the hard. You see, we are giving people the truth. You don't want to go behind and say that there are people who wouldn't want to work for Google if that chance came. Why not? You see, because you know what that can do to your resume. You know. If you add Google and Microsoft to your resume, that means, hey boy.
We are not telling people to move out.
We are not telling people to move out of jobs. If you're comfortable, and if you're comfortable with where you work and you feel that's where you want to be, just stick to that. Because there are startups in Kenya that are doing big things, mostly to our communities, And you see, if you want to make something count, just work in a startup, grow it into a big organization, which is the right way to do. But me, I'm saying, I'm sure every engineer, most of them, you see the applications that Google receive, there's so many, you get. Yeah, so it wouldn't be fair for us to shy away and say, not many people want to pursue Google as their employer or whatever. You see?
No.
Yeah. So these recruitments are happening and poaching are happening everywhere. Every day you go to your LinkedIn, you normally get an email every time that, Mike, we have our client who is in where, and we would like you to join our team. You every month you have to get a couple of them.
Okay, because you are on LinkedIn and you receive that email or that message. How do you categorize now? Because you are there. How do you know this is scam? Yeah, scammers are there.
It's okay. It's really hard.
And
there's so many, man. Let me tell you, they're out there. They're out there. Scammers. You see, someone will just come.
They use a seductive language.
Someone will just come with I don't know if it's a script that has been written, and it's kind of common. It's kind of common for
Hello,
this.
Michael.
Hello, Michael. With blah blah blah, and then they tell you that you need to upload your resume and all.
Mm-hmm.
But then they ghost you.
And you are there devastated.
Or they lead you. And then out of nowhere, they just vanish. So the scammers are there.
So they give you hope for a while and then they
vanish. They give you hope. You even do the test, gorilla test. You even do the test. You are ready now. You've already even passed that test. Let me tell you, you're even ready now. But then when it comes to the working part of it, boom, they're gone. It sucks. And they're not, it's not only online recruiters, even physical ones. Let me tell you.
Physical?
Someone will just come and you see, someone will come to you and tell you, I have this organization, I want you to come and do this and this. And they lead you. You'll even meet them somewhere, talk. And then
a place where you are seeing one another,
face to face, and they will scam you face to face.
What?
Yes. They'll scam you face to face.
So this is a red flag that you are saying that we should be aware.
Should be very aware. Yes, as much as...
And do research of the company before you go to the interview.
Me, the first thing I do, if I receive such an email, you see, LinkedIn is it's a safe space. Yes, there are scammers in between, but you can recognize from LinkedIn if a company is legit or not.
How?
Yeah, you can. It's easy. You see, just go through it and just check the activities. And the connections. So it's easy to nini scammers.
And the people who are employed there.
So guys, be aware of scammers, but there are opportunities out there. So that's it for today. If you've missed anything, just add that to our comment section, and do not forget to subscribe, like that video, and turn the post notification bell. So cheers. See you next time. Boom. Cheers.